Let's talk about Josh Rosen, my favorite topic. So when Josh Johnson got cut, I was like, hey, that sucks for Josh. But let's go! Josh Rosen's still on the team. It's like The Bachelor, and he just got a rose. I'm very excited about this. I think that if the Niners play their cards right with Josh, he could be not someone that plays for them, but an asset that they trade down the line. Smart teams, offensive gurus are always developing someone that they can flip down the line. Why not? So I guess that's my vision for Josh Rosen. Do you think that will be realized? Do you think he's going to make this 53-man roster this year? Of course, he's competing with Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch. I think that, again, this is the guy who struggled, I think, in Tampa Bay. He's kind of struggled everywhere he's been. And I'm going to say that I don't think he's going to make the 53-man roster. I think Sudfeld's going to get that spot. The only way he makes it is if something happens to Garoppolo before the final cuts.
Yeah, that seems fair. I mean, it seems like one of them is probably going to be on the practice squad, and one of them will be the third quarterback. You could put Sudfeld on the practice squad. There's no limit anymore on veterans you put on the practice squad, so you could put him there. To me, I would put Sudfeld on the practice squad. Rosen has more experience than Sudfeld. Sudfeld's thrown like 40 passes, and when he went in that last game, he was like a human tank job. It was scandalous. So I don't see what keeping him as the number 3 guy does. If you waive him, he's going to clear waivers. It's not like some teams like, oh, Nate Sudfeld, get that. No, he's going to clear waivers, and then you put him right on your practice squad, and he can run the scout team very well. I'm sure he's great in meetings. I'm sure Scangarello likes him. But if it comes to a pinch where you need one of those two to play, I really think Rosen gives you a better chance to win. I don't know if that's saying much, but I think that's Rosen.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I don't know if Josh Rosen's a name that people are going to be reaching out for if he hits the market.
I'm sure he can go to the practice squad too. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
he was on one last year.
Yeah, that's where he was. So I think either one of those guys is going to be one of those two guys is going to be gone. I'm going to say it's going to be Josh Rosen.
Yeah, you're right. So they'll both. I think they'll both be on the team. One will be on the 53. One will be on the practice squad. And from what I've heard, Rosen is quite eager to be a 49er and work with Kyle Shanahan. So if they say you got to be on the practice squad again, I bet he would do it. All I'm saying is from the Niners perspective, I think it makes more sense to put Rosen on the active and Sudfeld on the practice squad. But 6-1, half dozen, the other doesn't matter. It's not like either one's realistically going to play next year. So I'm just excited that he's all in and he's going to be on this team for a couple years. Good, smart going, Josh. That was smart. Smartest thing you've ever done. It is a good move, man. I mean, if the Niners cut him, what's his next move?
He doesn't really have one. It'd be great to see. It would be great to see what he does, in the preseason. I think that's going to be really, really interesting. I heard you talk the other day about the 49ers kind of hiding him. As far as his reps, and I can understand that. There's definitely maybe something to that.
We could talk about that for a second. I mean, I'm watching 7-on-7s, and say what you want about Josh Rosen, I bet you he would tear that stuff up. Like, he's not great off schedule. Maybe on a real 11-on-11 football game, you don't want him out there. But in 7-on-7s, he's the most natural thrower on the team. I think he would look pretty good. And the Niners don't really need that right now. They need to get Trey Lance up to speed. What they don't need is someone like me going out there and be like, hey, everyone, Josh Rosen's better than Trey Lance right now. I think that's avoidable, and it's fair for them to be like, you know what, Josh? You can play on the days that the media isn't here. Right now, we need to get Trey up to speed. And you being better than Trey shouldn't be a story right now because you're supposed to be. You're 24, he's 21. But I don't want to show people that. That's my conspiracy theory.
No, that sounds 100% correct. I mean, that's what we used to hear all the time, or we even now, when the media is not there, that's when they're doing a lot of their heavier installs and things like that. So that totally makes sense.